Now, shame and guilt are very familiar to therapists. With a traditional type of therapy, they will look at your personal past and look at your self-concept and discover connections between your self-concept and your personal past. And they will help you become conscious of conclusions and stories that you've told yourself about yourself and about other people. But here we'll look primarily about yourself. Once you become conscious of those stories, you can reframe them and reinterpret your experience. So basically, therapy can help you not take what may have been done to you or the way you were treated personally, that you are not a bad person or an unworthy person because people have treated you this way or these things have happened to you. So therapy, and this is a quote from A Course in Miracles from the psychotherapy pamphlet, therapy, traditional therapy, can help you achieve a more beneficent self-concept. So a self-concept that is kind of kinder to yourself, one not so consumed by shame and guilt. The Course in Miracles, that pamphlet, also says if psychotherapy helps you to no longer insist on holding on to the anger associated with things that have happened, then psychotherapy has really helped you. Because if you insist on holding on to that anger and carrying it with you, you will be tying yourself to the past and all that has happened. And so regardless of how you try and reframe things, you will still be identified with shame and guilt. So A Course in Miracles says psychotherapy can indeed be helpful. However, A Course in Miracles is a psycho-spiritual system. It says, yes, your personal past does need to be looked at if it's connected to your current experience of shame and guilt. But, and it's a big but, and this is where things get interesting, the Course also says, and this is where A Course in Miracles differs from any other spiritual system, the Course says there is an attraction, however, in each of us. There is an attraction to holding on to shame and guilt. And that's why, even though we can go through a lot of therapy, it will take us so far. Even though we can do that, and it can be very helpful, the attraction to holding on to shame and guilt means that we won't be fully peaceful. It means that we won't fully recover from depression, anxiety, and our existential angst. We'll still have conflicts in our relationships. They may have improved, but it's like settling for what Freud calls common unhappiness. So Freud said that therapy can help get rid of neurotic unhappiness and replace it with common unhappiness, because Freud was pretty pessimistic about what humans could achieve, what we could experience in our life. He thought that we're always going to be unhappy because we'll never be able to get exactly what we want or do exactly what we want, because we have to consider other people. And so we don't, we can't be angry and attack people when we want. And he really saw us as bodies like animals. And so A Course in Miracles offers us a real light in the darkness. It says you can be happy and you can have inner peace. You can go beyond the common unhappiness in the world. In the next video, I'll be looking at explaining why we are attracted to shame and guilt, and somewhat therefore attracted to our suffering.